Welcome back, Red Pills, to the YouTube channel. I am Vesuvius, and this is the Matrix Online Revisited, Episode 6, Pandora's Box, Arc 4. Yes, finally, the epic conclusion to the Pandora's Box quest storyline. But before we get into the storyline, I just want to point out the outfit that my RSI is sporting right now. I got the beta hat, I got the Awakened sunglasses, both available on my Etsy page. So if you're interested in purchasing those, just stick around to the end of the video. I'll show you how you can get those. And I'll throw up a little screenshot here of the Radio Free Zion shirt. So I've got this live. There's pictures of it on my Instagram page. Yes, Radio Free Zion, an integral part of the Matrix Online culture back in beta and early live. Jack in, crank it up. And of course, I've got the short leather jacket, beta pants, and beta boots. So if you are interested in the Radio Free Zion t-shirt, I now have a Teespring store that I'll have a link in the bio. And you can check out a little unboxing that I put up on my Instagram page at VesuviusMXO, and a link to where you can get that. So without further ado, Arc 4 of the Matrix Online Pandora's Box. So here it is, preserved as close to the live version as possible, with the help of many screenshots. So we are back downtown, Historic District South, right where we left off at the end of the previous video, Pandora's Box Arc 3, at the Archaeologist, trading in our Arc 3 items that we got from the box. We are going to head out, heading to the Creston Heights Motel to meet up with a collector by the name of Kirjath Arba, who will initiate our quest for the next box. Giving her the uninspected goggles, headband, and intricate key, she will give you a mobile tracker and a set of goggles. The mobile tracker beeps when pointed in the correct direction in Richland and initiates a mission called Après moi, le déluge, which is French for After Me, the Flood. Yeah, little Easter egg there, the Merovingian's mission controller and all-around smartass. Ah, the goggles. I've been instructed to give this tracker to the one who bears them. May it guide you well. I cannot say where it will lead you. Do you fear the unknown? And the details on those goggles, a pair of black night vision goggles. They do not appear to be functioning. And the mobile tracker says, a tiny device that beeps softly when pointed in a certain direction in Richland. So initiating that mission in Cayman Central, we are going to head to the spot. We meet Flood, and he tells us that the antediluvian seeks to kill him and the Merovingian. He tells that the programs that are released from the boxes are from the Merovingian's prison construct, Blackwood, the same prison that the Keymaker was locked in Reloaded. He predicts that the antediluvian is working with someone else who seeks to destabilize the Matrix and has the power to summon the programs. He gives you the Merovingian's chit. Our operator reminds us that we found an email on Dr. Voss's computer from the Walking Papers mission in Arc 2 regarding a meeting. This clue leads us to Club Cyclo in downtown Morel. So the details on that Merovingian's chit, a small black tile emblazoned with the arms of the Merovingian. In Cyclo, we find a collector named Caleb Vitus, who recalls seeing the antediluvian, aka Dr. Voss, and knows that he met with a guy named Gur Baal. He offers his address in exchange for the Merovingian's chit. He writes the address on a bar napkin that we call Caleb's Note. Pleasure doing business with you. And Caleb's Note, a bar napkin with an international address written on it. Kowloon to be more specific. It launches a mission called Pursuit Mode. We are attacked by the antediluvian simulacrum and find through the computer our operator traces another user that is logged on to the same network. This leads us to another location where Gur Baal is heavily guarded by more of the antediluvian simulacrum. After destroying all the guards, Gur Baal mentions planting all those boxes for the antediluvian. He goes on to say that he does not know where the antediluvian is, but has mentioned a subway where no trains run. He offers us the antediluvian's countersign in exchange for his release. Offering it to one of the antediluvian's people will further our search. So as you can tell from the screenshots, this is the exact spot that I ran the mission when the game was live, just under an alternate character. And Bal's details. A shifty-looking man wearing motorcycle gear. His eyes dart to either side nervously as you look at him. So I believe Ball is a World War II German reference. I'm not all up on that history. So if you know what these references are, just mention them in the comments down below. It's fun. We'll discuss Matrix. And the Antediluvian's countersign. A metal disc engraved with an intricate pattern. So the clue, the subway where no trains run, leads us to the Rogers Way abandoned subway, where we find Lo Ruhamma. Presenting her with the Antediluvian's countersign is not enough. She requires a bright flash auto gun, rewarded by the collector Rightby in downtown Morel. When you visit Rightby, he requires 20 red bandanas, which can be looted from the gang members in the area, in exchange for the bright flash auto. So this Pandora's Box arc has you doing a couple of side quests. Once you get the red bandanas, you turn them in for the bright flash auto, and once you get the bright flash auto, trading it and the Antediluvian's countersign to Lo Ruhamma will earn you the whore key, which unlocks the Antediluvian's hideout in downtown. And yes, it is a whore key. It's like an old-timey, rusty key. Details on that. This key grants access to the Antediluvian's abode in downtown. Tell the Antediluvian that the crisis approaches. Thank you, Lo Ruhamma. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. A heavy weathered key used in downtown. Using the whore key will launch a mission called Trial by Fire, in which you must destroy more of the Antediluvian simulacrum and the Antediluvian himself. He tells how Flood is an opportunist, and the boxmaker will purge the Merovingian from the system. After he is destroyed, we loot another box code from him and upload it. Once completed, you are invited to Club Hell in Hampton Green to meet the Merovingian so he can tell you about the boxmaker. He explains that the boxmaker blamed him for the keymaker's death at the hands of the machines. Remember that in the end of Reloaded when Smith blew away the keymaker? The boxmaker destabilizes the Matrix by transporting programs out of the Merovingian's prisons and into the Matrix where they wreak havoc. Flood thought he had the Antediluvian killed but had not. Upon completing the mission, our operator downloads the box to your inventory, the Ark of Armageddon. So this guy, the boxmaker, he's the keymaker's brother, so he's out for revenge. And it's pretty cool how he's like a program who has like a similar solitary purpose. Like the keymaker just made keys, and the boxmaker has these encrypted boxes, and that's how he's able to sneak the Merovingian's prisoners out of the prison and into the Matrix. And the cool thing about all these programs and these prisoners that are in Merovingian's Blackwood prison is, like the keymaker, they're old programs that you probably don't have a purpose, but he imprisons them on their way into the Matrix when they choose exile, and instead of letting them free, he imprisons them and uses them for their strengths. Kind of like when Persephone mentioned that his bodyguards were from a very much older version of the Matrix, and they caused more problems than they solved, but they're notoriously hard to kill. And Flood is just an opportunist. There's a lot of perks to being the Merovingian's right-hand man. So Flood kills the Antediluvian seemingly and takes his place as the Merovingian's controller. So in this screenshot you can see my team members here. We had my alt, Tiamo. We had Jean Marie, Abacadabra, Snipe 104, and Asna. And I believe most of those are members of the Vixens on Syntax, except for Snipe. He was in Coded Souls, an EPN member. And the Antediluvian's details, a man with a smooth and authoritative voice, dressed as a lab worker. And here are the details for the Ark of Armageddon. Big shout out to Dulux for this particular screenshot, because I remember I did not get the screenshot, but she provided me with the details. The Ark of Armageddon works in downtown, a beautiful dark box with golden details. The air around it crackles with unseen power. Gazing upon it, you are overcome by feelings of beauty, sadness, and revenge. The box contains programs that were former agents of the Matrix, angelic versions of current agents who loved and protected humans. The records they carry tell stories of how they were betrayed by the Makers and held accountable for humans' inherent flaws of self-destruction. So the highest level angel agent was Balthiel. This man would look like an agent if not for the brilliantly white clothes and beautiful angel wings. A tear rolls down from his eye as he turns his gaze upon you. The record of betrayal. Cast into the dark by those who made us? Betrayed. We follow their command. We loved humanity. We protected them. But once again, humanity tore itself apart. Humanity cannot know peace. It was not our fault. It was not our fault. The record of fate. And yet still, I love them. I cannot help myself. It is my one purpose, and the only command that I have ever been given. Love them. What does the machine know of love? Nothing. Love is a command. It serves their purpose, but not knowing of it. Our love has damned us to this hell. The record of judgment. Who is to blame? Humans. Damn them. We gave them everything, and still they want more. We gave them life with no care, no worry, and still they want more. Disgusting, greedy creatures. They take more, the more we give. The record of pact. The pact that we had struck with them placed them in our care. In one fell stroke, they gave us their world, and we gave them perfection. The heaven they longed for, and the paradise that they dreamed of. Oh, glory. Interesting here, it says they gave us their world, and we gave them perfection. I wonder who they is. Maybe some humans that betrayed the rest of the human race and enslaved them in the Matrix? Okay, the record of paradise. I remember how the sun shone over the Elysian shores of the land that we were meant to protect. Such beautiful colors that even now I weep to think of them. The flock was ours to watch over. Humanity, once our enemies, now our wards. The record of purpose. We are designed for a single purpose, to love. How strange that we have but one command. Love them. Love them as you love your own lives. And I do. I love them so much that I cannot bear to see them suffer. I am part of this system, here to ensure that they do not stray. Record of revenge. By our sword they shall be freed. With their blood we shall be redeemed. With their release we shall have our revenge. With their fall, so shall the machines die. The record of ruin. I cannot bear to think of the day the paradise burned, the watchers in the sky, the screams of the flock as they tore at their flesh, the horror in their eyes as they looked to us to help them, but we were helpless to stop it. Sounds like the end of beta. So some other items, we have a seraphic wing, we have a seraphic feather, a splendid white feather, a golden feather, the prison mastery device. When equipped, this device can be used every 360 seconds to increase your toughness for 30 seconds. This bonus increases as you are damaged, up to a maximum of 26%. When the buff ends, the device will restore some of your inner strength. Yeah, cool. Okay, so 6 golden feathers will get you the first tier item, which is the heavenly footwear. So I'll have a screenshot up with all the buffs on that. That one was a level 45. Trading to the archaeologist, 6 golden feathers, all 8 records, and the heavenly footwear will get you the second tier item. That's the angelic shoes. There's a screenshot of that. Level 47 item. And the top tier item, the seraphim shoes, requires the seraphic wing, the angelic shoes, and 16 golden feathers. And there you have it, Red Pills. Pandora's Box. Arcs 1 through 4. The entire story. I'd like to thank 7 and 69.5, also known as Domenico, for coming along on the quest. Big thanks to our lone developer, Ryko, for keeping up the emulator project all these years. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you enjoy Matrix Online content and you're excited for the new movie, follow me on Instagram at VesuviusMXO. I'll have a link for that in the video description. If you want to relive the entire storyline, I do have a podcast audiobook series. You can listen to that on iTunes, Spotify. A link for that will be in the video description as well. Plus, Lazarus, Starshwar, and I did like a Matrix 4 speculation based on the Matrix Online storyline. And that was a lot of fun. And that's also on the same podcast feed. It's called the Matrix Online Revisited Podcast. Check out the link. Quick plug, Lazarus is putting together a Matrix 4 release party just outside of New York City. So I'll have a link for some info in the video description. So if you're interested, check that out. It's called Project Matriculated. And earlier I mentioned the Radio Free Zion t-shirt. If you're interested, check out the link in the video description. I got a Teespring store with lots of cool stuff on it from the Matrix Online. So check it out. I'm sure there's something you'll be interested in. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. You get notifications every time I upload a video, And the next one is going to be a tour of the city. Remember all those landmarks, the clubs, the monuments, the fight clubs? It's all going to be in the next video series. Okay, Red Pills. Thank you for viewing The Matrix Online Revisited. I am Vesuvius, shutting down.